So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below.
What's up YouTube, this is Joe from Z4 Games and I'm bringing to you guys, finally, as you can see, I actually finally managed to get the Resonator support for the Red Dragon Archfiend deck. And I'm trying a different layout at the moment. The camera that I ordered arrived, but the quality is worse than my previous one. Yet the item description said, or title said a 1080p camera, yet it can't actually do 1080p. So that was a load of rubbish. So I'm just trying something out with my phone, just to see how it works. So if you do like this quality, post down in the comments below what you think. I'm also going to get like Dale and Nat to have a look at it as well, see what they think, and then we'll see if I can just get things to improve on the iPhone quality and ways to make that work. So before, as you can see, so with all that's done, as you can see, we got the Red Dragon Archfiend support. As I said before, I am extremely happy for the support. It is absolutely phenomenal for what the deck is. The only thing we just now need to get is the Supernova Dragon, and then we got full on fully complete extra deck. But this is a pure variant take on the deck, so you can take this variant and just tweak it. We're adding your own text, your own spices, and then you can just essentially just go from there. So once I'm done, let's get into this. So we have 3 copies of the brand new Crimson Resonator. I just got to try and get the centerpiece. There we go. I think that's it. So trial and error, guys. Trial and error as I go. So what this card does, he's brand new. He's a level 2 Fiend Trio with 800 attack, 300 defense, Dark Monster. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. If the only other monster you control is exactly 1 Dark Dragon Synchro monster, so do take that in mind. You can special summon up to 2 Resonator monsters from your hand or deck, except Crimson Resonator. You can only use each effect of Crimson Resonator once per turn. You can also special summon monsters from the extra, except Dark Dragon Synchros, the turn you activate either of this card's effects. Absolutely phenomenal monster. Literally this and any level 4 monster equals a Red Nova Dragon, like, or any level 12 Dragon Synchro that's dark. Basically Red Nova and Hot King Calamity, like this card's like, it essentially gets you into any of your synchro monsters in your extra deck. Like, it's absolutely insane. Sorry, I'm just gonna still try. There we go. That should be it. So we play 3 of that because we want to see it as soon as possible. Next we have 3 of the Synchron Resonator. Just an easy level 1 tuner that you can summon from your hand. Helps you go into your Hot Red Abyss and then to your Bane, etc, etc. We actually get to bump down Red Resonator to 2 now. It's actually really good because you want to open Crimson before Red, ideally. But if you do open with Red before Crimson, as long as you have the level 4 in hand to go with it, you can at least still make your Red Dragon Archfiend, which is very, very nice. And for the rest of the Resonators, I'm playing 1 Creation and 1 Chain. Chain essentially just helps us go into a Red Nova or Bane, that kind of thing, just quite easy with a simple normal summon. So you have the Red Dragon Archfiend in play. Though, and Creation, I'm just playing the 1 of it, just I want to get it out the deck with Crimson. I don't necessarily want to open with it, and then helps me go into my Red Nova Dragon. So that's it for the Resonators. Moving on to the non-Resonators, we have the brand new Red Familiar. This card's really good, and I love the artwork nod to the Crimson Devil as well. So this is a level 4 Fiend with 1600 attack and 0 defense. You contribute 1 Fiend monster, then target 1 Dark Dragon Synchro monster in your graveyard, special summon in defense position, but negate its effects. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Dark Dragon Synchro you control, and declare a level from 1 to 8. That monster becomes that level until the end of this turn. You can use each effect Red Familiar once per turn. I wanted to put 3 of this in. I do want to try and get it into the graveyard as soon as possible and use it for my synchro plays, but I feel like 2 is the perfect number for this. It's great, and it does help you alternate your levels, so that way you can always get into the synchro deck climb that you want to. But I don't want to open up with too many of this, that's the only thing. So, and there's plenty of ways to get into the graveyard as well. We are also playing, though, 3 copies of Wandering King Wildwind. In the pure variant, this is a staple of 3 of it, so it just helps you with so many of your consistency plays. It's one of the best level 4s to synchro with. It's just an awesome card. Like, this is a really, really good card. I'm playing 3 red one-offs in the forms of 1 red Warg. We play many level 2s in the deck, so red Warg is a very good card to have. 1 red Sprinter. Red Sprinter is a good way, kind of like the reverse red Resonator. You can normal summon this, and if you have the Resonator, I believe, in your grave, you can then special summon it back. Yes, handle grave, so that's pretty handy. So it's kind of like the reverse red Resonator. I'm taking in the 1 red Gardener, just like the protection for your Red Dragon Archfiends. This is very handy. So I like to have the 1 tech of it. And then to run up the monsters lineup, we do play still the 1 Rocket Synchro. You can't go wrong with a normal summon of this. Get back your Starlight or any Red Dragon, and then Synchro Climb very, very easily. So that's it for the monsters. Moving on to the spells. I just want to, there we go. We're playing, obviously, the 3 Resonator Core. You've got to have your voter for any of your Resonators, but we are playing 3 of the brand new Resonator Command. This card is just perfect, and yet it's just, effect is just so simple. It's just basically reverse Resonator Core. You discard a Resonator monster, add 1 level 4 lower fiend from your deck to your hand. You can only activate 1 Resonator Command per turn. It's a quick play spell as well, so that's a good thing. But yeah, it's just literally Resonator Core but reverse. Instead of searching the tuner, you use the tuner to search your non-tuners. It's just absolutely perfect. And it's been one of the downsides to, it's been one of the negs to Resonators for a long time. It has a lot of good tuners, but it has a struggle to get the non-tuners that it needs. So this is like the perfect card for the deck. We are playing 2 Allure of Darkness, because it is Allure of Darkness. We play many darks in the deck. 1 1-for-1, and 1 Foolish Burial. And I'm taking in 1 Resonant Destruction. This card is really good now, because we have so much control over the Resonators in the deck that Resonant Destruction is actually a pretty good card. So every time, so this is an old card, so it's a continuous spell. When a Resonator monster is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can set 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. Destroy this card during the 2nd end phase after activation. This card's really powerful once you start getting your climbing. And Red Dragon Archfiend primarily is a Ghost 2nd deck, because a lot of its effects and power comes from destroying your opponent's cards. So if you can activate this, then the moment you make your first Red Dragon Archfiend or your first Red Dragon Synchro, you're going to pop a card. So you can pop something that's just bothering you, like a negation, that's going to stop your Scarlight going off. You can go off your Scarlight, pop more cards. Like, this card's really powerful. 1 copy of Monster Reborn for your rival, as well as 2 Return of Dragonors. We are primarily a level 8 Synchro deck, so a Dragon deck, so we can use this. And 1 pot of Avarice, because we do burn through our resources very, very quickly. And 3 copies of Called by the Grave for your hand trap stopping. You don't want to deal with your opponent's hand traps. And we play 3 trap cards, 1 of the brand new Red Rain. So this is a new trap card that came out. So if you control a level 8 or higher synchro monster, banish all monsters on the field except the monster or monsters with the highest level. Also, remain face-up monsters on the field are unaffected by other card effects except their own until the end of this turn. If a Dark Dragon Synchro is synchro summoned to your field-wise cards in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. You can use the effect of Red Rain once per turn. So this is very handy. As you can see depicted on the picture, it's kind of like the main thing you want to use in this combination for is with your highest synchros in forms of your Red Nova and your King Calamity, though Bane is also another thing, because unless you are up against a dedicated synchro deck, you're not going to really face things over level 10. Like, level 8 is like the highest synchro people usually go into, so the moment you get into like your 9s and your 10s, you're going to be pretty good with Red Rain. I am taking in the 1 Red Supremacy. This basically enables any Red Dragon Archfiend to copy any Red Dragon Archfiend card in your graveyard. So you can, as you can see, you can put like a King Calamity effect on a Hot Red, or a King Calamity effect on a Scarlet, or like so on and so forth. And I'm taking one funny card, is red screen. It just enables your opponent to not attack while you have for like the turn, and if you have a Synchro Dark Dragon in play, you can then get one of your tunes back from the graveyard. So I like the tech in there. It's cool, it's fun. You don't have to play it. You can probably put in anything else in the deck to replace red screen, but I'm trying it out, and so far it's been really good. I actually really am enjoying it. That's it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck, you've got to have your 3 copies of Red Rising Dragon. Red Rising is just too good. It just enables all of your synchro plays, essentially, all your synchro climbing. So I am playing 1 Red Wyvern as well, just to go with the Jack theme, but I do like the Red Wyvern. I think it's an underrated level 6. I am playing 1 level 7 target is 1 copy of FA Dawn Dragster. It's just if you're not locked into the dark synchro effect, you can go into like this and get some extra negation. Moving on to the aces of the deck, your Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. I am also playing 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend and 1 regular Red Dragon Archfiend. I love this OT version. I'm so happy I got it. It's just so good. But yeah, I just go with this lineup. I think this lineup is actually very, very consistent. You got your Scarlet because he's the best one because he's most versatile, just popping special summons and then burning for 500 for each. Hot Red is probably like your next best just because pops all the tap mode monsters. And then Red Dragon Archfiend, you are only going to this and play it if you are that kind of like fanboy like I am. Though you can easily take this card out for anything else really. So there's that. I wouldn't advise Savage though. It's actually hard to play Savage in this deck just because then you'd have to play Link monsters to get its effect off, which then you're making those Link monsters, or you're playing things like extra Foolish Bell, which just send those links to grave. So it's a bit hard to put Savage in here, though you could put things like BLs, I guess. That's probably like the next best thing I've put in. Then you're going on with your level 9s. We're playing the 2 copies of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Easier to get now for people. 1 copy of Hot Red Bane to start off with the level 10s. Bane's really good, just gets your resources back. 1 Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend as well for your level 10s. And then for your level 12s, your big aces, 1 copy of Red Nova Dragon and 1 copy of King Calamity. You're not really going to get the King Calamity effect during your opponent's turn. This deck's not designed to do that. Though if you wanted to do like King Calamity on your opponent's turn, I'd play things like Urgent Tuning or something like that. Just cards that allow you to sync on your opponent's turn. Though being able to just make this and knowing that you're going to be able to go for a game is pretty handy. Red Nova is the one I usually go into the most in terms of like my level 12s, just because he's all around versatile. Red Nova has his thing and he does his thing and he does his thing very, very well. He's big and he's just hard to deal with. That's just literally it. But that, guys, is the deck. I hope you all enjoyed it. Leave your comments down below how you're playing Red Dragon Archfiend. I'm so happy the support's finally come to here in the TCG. I've been waiting for the support for ages. The moment we get Super Nova Dragon, there will be a profile on that as well. So stay tuned to that. So as always, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, as always, happy dueling.